Hello, Lunchtime Live. Anybody there? Today we're going to be talking about blackneck stilts. It's kind of a marine layer day, but it's warming up. I don't know what we're doing with this kind of weather in September. We're going to have a new name. May gray, June gloom, and September something. So it's another gray day. Hi Leon, hi Jeannie. Today we're going to talk about the blackneck stilt, and that's one of our more exotic, hi Leslie, it's one of our more exotic looking shorebirds here at the estuary. Hi Shirley. If you're a birder, you may know them as Hemantopus mexicanus, or, hi Donna, hi Mark. If you're from Mexico, you might know them as monja, la monja, which means nun, because that is what they look like. But around here, we just call them a blackneck stilt. This is a picture, and you can see why they might have the nickname nun, because they're all black and white. This is a pretty large bird. It's about 15 inches long, weighs about 6 pounds, and has a wingspan of 29 inches. And it's really a tall, lanky shorebird, always elegant, even on stilts. So there it is, and the males and the females look the same. So it's black and white, black on the top, white on the bottom. I think its most distinctive feature is those skinny, long pink legs, and you can't see in this picture, but they have some fancy black toenail polish. Also, the other distinctive feature, I think, is this white spot above its eye. It's a fake eye. Its eye is red, and it's got this long, really straight black bill. When it flies, you would see a white V on its back, and these long pink legs hanging straight out a lot further than the wings. So it looks kind of silly when it flies. And if it's breeding, the males get kind of a greenish hue to the back, and juveniles look a little bit different in that they're more brownish. And when they're brownish, you can actually see the scalloping pattern on the feathers. And then the juveniles would have paler legs, not quite so pink yet. Hi Gary and Sylvia and Joanna. Oh, I already said hi to Joanna. Okay, so that's pretty much how they look. And their range is pretty big. It's California, coast of California, the Gulf of Mexico to Florida, Central America, the Caribbean, Ecuador, and the Galapagos Islands, and also some inland areas of sort of the interior western U.S. But here, you would see them at the end, if you hike to the sort of on South McCoy Trail, where it loops back and meets North McCoy Trail, you would pass some brackish ponds, and their habitat is brackish ponds, salt pans, mud flats, salt marshes, wetlands. So that's a good place to see them here. Another place you can see them is on the National Wildlife Refuge. I tend to see them kind of salty places. And they eat. You'll see them foraging for food. They kind of pick at the surface, And they eat small aquatic invertebrates, crustaceans, shrimp, snails, tiny fish, and also larval mosquitoes and flies, flitting about over the water. And on land, they'll eat crickets and grasshoppers and beetles. Vegetation and seeds are a very tiny part of their diet. As far as breeding goes, I'll show you another picture. This is them flirting. Females will select the males, and the female stretches out her neck and preens, and then the male will face her and imitate. So he imitates what she does, and then they both dip their bills into the water and start splashing around in a frenzy. Then they cross their bills and run across the water together. I have not seen this, but it's supposed to be pretty cool. And then once they do this, they are bonded for the season. So they are monogamous for that season, unless their nest fails. And if it fails, they might look for another mate. So as far as nesting goes, they are semi-colonial, which means that they nest in colonies. And they do kind of a cool thing. All the birds that are not incubating, they're not sitting on a nest incubating eggs, they will band together to drive out predators and help the ones that are incubating eggs and sitting on a nest. And they will fly around and form this ring around the intruder and shriek and jump up and down and flap their wings, and they will strike with both their feet and their bills. So they are territorial and work together in their colonies. They do another thing where they pretend that they're on a nest incubating things, and they do that to distract you or distract the predator from the real nest. So they do that to save each other's babies. They will fight with each other, because they defend their individual territories from other pairs in the colonies. When they do that thing where they circle the intruder and shriek and flap their wings and stuff, that's called the popcorn display, because I guess that's what it looks like. And as far as their nests go, I have another picture. Now this may be one just sitting in an ungainly fashion on a raft in the water. I don't know, because most of the nests that I read about are made in the sand, and what they do is they just scrape an indentation in the sand, and it's hold on just a second. The female will choose the site, so she gets to choose it, but after that they work together to build it. And so they build this scrape, it's called a scrape, in the sand, and then they spend the whole time that they're incubating, which is about 30 days, they spend that time decorating, and they just decorate it with whatever is close at hand, and they do it the whole time they're incubating. And that makes sense. Who wouldn't want to keep decorating their nest? I'm sure it gets boring just sitting there. So both the male and the female also incubate, so they take turns, and they really work together. Let's see. They only have about one brood per year. And again, if one fails, they'll try again with another mate. And you know, that's probably why they have to defend their territories, is because there is some of that swapping going on. The eggs are kind of an olive color, and they have like dark brown splotches all over them. And once the chicks are born, let me get you a picture of the chicks. So there they are. In this picture, you might be able to see the red eyes. And this looks like a male because I can see a little bit of that greenish coloring on the top. But the chick almost looks tigerish. It's so camouflaged. And if you were to be able to see closely, you'd see these other little gray legs. I think there's about 3 babies underneath the feathers, and then this one is standing out. And the babies are precocial, so that means they're kind of up and running quickly. In about 2 hours they run. I'm sure it's awkward. Sometimes they even look a little awkward old. And their lifespan can be up to 12 and a half years, which is pretty long. I don't know in the wild if very many make it that long, but it's a good run. So that's about all I know about these guys. Again, you'll have pretty good luck seeing them on the National Wildlife Refuge in the bay, or here at the estuary at our brackish ponds. And usually they like to hang out with avocets, so that's kind of a 2-for-1. You'll get to see both. Hi Ann, hi Shirley. Does anybody have any questions? Well, I'll give you one last viewing. There they are, the lovely legs. And here's their little dance, courtship dance. Here they are. Here's one hanging out. And there's that baby. All right, well, I hope you guys get to come here and check them out. Okay, that's it for Lunchtime Live today. Thanks for joining in. See you next week.